Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this opportunity to speak in front of you today. My name is Brian Wood. I am the assistant basketball coach at Villa Park High School, and my topic today is character. Before I go into it and explain to you what character is, I want to talk a little bit about how you recognize a person of character. And I know we all believe that we understand, oh, that person has good character, that person has good character, but what is character? What really is character? First thing is there are 6 pillars, 6 character traits of someone that has or exhibits good character. You got trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Let's start with that first pillar, trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is the ability to be relied upon, to be honest or trustful. I was doing my research for the topic today. I came across a quote from Eddie Robinson. Eddie Robinson was a great football coach. He coached at Grambling University. Not your high-profile program like USC or Notre Dame or Alabama, but very well known for someone that exhibit great character, leadership qualities. He said, coaching is fighting for the hearts and soul of men and getting them to believe in you. Very profound, because when you can get your players to believe in you, then you can dig deep into them and pull out, them working hard, being together. You can really kind of mold them as a person, and then it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to shape and mold your team. Players and parents trust you're telling them the right information and being fair. That's all under the trustworthiness umbrella. Next pillar is respect. Respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities. Real important on this one. Respect is not given. You have to earn respect. And a lot of the ways that you earn respect is by showing that you have character. So it's very difficult for a person that has very low character or no character to be able to get more people to follow his beliefs, or as a coach to want to have other players and parents want to play for you. Because if you don't have any character, well, why do I want to follow along in your footsteps if you have low or no character? There's a quote that I found that I love. It's, show respect even to people who don't deserve it. Not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of your character. And that says a lot. And if you have enough character to be able to show someone that's not showing you respect, that kind of defeats the treat someone the way that you want to be treated, and they're not showing you respect, but yet you still show them all the respect in the world, that's very admirable. Responsibility. As a coach, you want to take responsibility for everyone's actions beneath you. So responsibility is the state or the fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over someone else. As a coach, you have a ton of control over, in high school situations, a minimum of 45 kids. If you have three programs, and let's say you have 15 kids on each program, you have 45 kids. Then you also have coaches that are underneath you. So you are talking about potentially 50. And then when you're on the bus or on a road trip, then you have the parents, the cheerleaders, and maybe even so that you're talking about, in some instances, you might have 75 people that are under your responsibility. It's a big task to take on in some cases, but again, if you are a person of great character, then everybody's willing to fall in line to what your wishes are. Next pillar would be fairness, impartial and just treatment or behavior without favoritism or discrimination. That's very important again in today's age when it comes to youth sports and athletics. I'll take say our program for an example is we have tryouts every year, and when you have these tryouts, of course the coach's nightmare, we've all gone through it, is having to cut someone. And when you cut someone and then they want to come back with their parent and say, okay, can you explain to me why little Johnny didn't make the team? And then you have to explain them how you go about the process. If you have a process of how you evaluate the players in the program, how you evaluate the new players coming to the tryout, you've got your varsity players, your JV players, your freshman players. If you have a way that you do things, it makes it really easy to say this is someone that is on top of it. He's just not randomly selecting people, or because this person donated money to the program, we're going to pick them. And so that helps with eliminating anyone accusing you of favoritism or discrimination. And again, it goes back to treating others with fairness and dignity is the rein that helps them grow and to be fruitful. Great quote. It's a great quote. And so again, so if you treat everybody with fairness and respect without any discrimination, your program can only grow if you treat your 12th man the same way that you treat your best player, or vice versa. Then there is no favoritism, and we know that that's hard. And I'll be the first one to say I know that that's hard, because sometimes you want to be able to give your best player a little bit of extra freedom or whatever, but the best way you kind of do that is you coach your 8th, 9th, and 10th player on the bench through your best player. So if you want to get a message to them so they don't think that you're picking on them, you kind of correct your best player. Pass the ball, get in the stands, hey, you're not running the court, the things that you want your entire program to be able to do. And these guys aren't doing it because they're just not as good, but you coach them through your best player, because they're all looking at what you say and how you react when your best player does or doesn't do something. So, caring. Caring is a big one. Caring is a big one because, again, picking on the guys at the tail end of the benches, they're not hearing the praise all the time. It's easy for the guys that are starters, the guys that your best player, because they're getting the newspaper clippings and the articles written about them. It's the guys that they show up to practice every single day, the guys that are they're working just as hard as that guy, but they're just not as good. Those you have to always remind that you care about them, because when you do that, they're going to continue to come to practice every single day. They're going to continue with working hard, and that's what makes your other top group work harder. And then you have a gym full of guys that are working hard with the same goal in mind. Citizenship, it mentions the status of a person recognized under the custom or the law of being a legal member of a sovereign state or belonging to a nation. I mean, that's what the textbook, or that's what the dictionary says about citizenship, but in this context we're talking about being a member of the team. I mean, it's not a right to be on the basketball program, the soccer program, and the softball program. I mean, you have to earn that. I mean, it's an absolute privilege. So when you are a part of that program, you need to follow the rules of the program, you need to follow the guidelines and everything that's being put in place by that coach. So the person that I believe exudes the traits of someone that has great character is a politician without it being political. And it's because I believe this person who's not doing it for the love of the money, but who's doing it for the love of the service. It mentions in the Bible of serving others. When you are a coach, you in a sense are serving others. You're serving the kids in your program. You are giving back because someone at one point coached you, and you're trying to be able to give, being a servant. But it's important to remember, a man will do only as much for $1, or only do so much for $1, but he will die for a cause. And coaching is a cause. I believe coaching is serving and giving back. I mean, so that in a sense is a cause. And so when I kind of touched on it a little bit, talking about the political side of it, again, trying to keep the politics out of it, but the person that I chose to exhibit great character would be President Obama. I believe that he's great character. He once said, as I found on the internet, he says, he's a Christian by choice. I came to my Christian faith later in life, and it was because the precepts of Jesus Christ spoke to me in terms of the kind of life that I would want to lead, being my brothers and sisters' keeper, treating others as that they would treat me. And that's, to me, that's big, because that's how I was raised. I was raised to treat others how I wanted to be treated. And whether I know this person or don't know that person, I open doors for everyone. I say please and thank you. I say hello to people in the grocery store. It's just how I am. I believe he took a lot of risks running for office. Being the first black president, he showed a lot of conviction and perseverance. And he's an absolute great communicator. He's one of the great communicators that we've had to ever hold that office. He's right up there, in my opinion, with President Kennedy, who is absolutely a great communicator. President Obama also believed that leadership was teaching people who thought they didn't have a voice to speak up about things impacting their lives. And to me, again, all great qualities and traits of someone that led us for 8 years, whether you liked him or disliked him, I thought he did wonders of trying to be able to bring our country together. In this realm, I think there's a lot of things that a lot of our former presidents do as leaders that us as coaches can take apart and make it part of our character traits in the way that we do things. One of the things that he did was, while he was in office, someone kept talking about he had a fake birth certificate. Well, you never heard him say anything negative about that person. He just continued on with doing what he felt that he needed to do to lead the country. In our coaching world, people are always talking, whether it's truth or not, but people are always talking, oh, that coach is recruiting, or that coach is cheating, or that coach. And instead of lashing back out by saying something negative, it's just you kill them with kindness. You want to believe that you're going to continue to treat that person with even more respect than they're showing you, and maybe they'll look in the mirror one day and say, gosh, I should have treated that person. So to kind of wrap it up is the good character traits, trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Those are the 6 pillars of a person that has good and great character traits. I think you can see of a lot of great leaders out there that have a lot of these character traits that you probably just didn't pay attention to it as those pillars, the way that we describe it. But I thank you for your time. Again, I picked this because I believe I'm a person that exudes a lot of those same qualities. And I've been doing this for now my 20th year of coaching, and it's kind of hard to continue to do this without being someone of quality character. People don't want to play for you. Athletic directors don't want to hire you if you don't show that you have good quality. So, again, thank you for your time, and God bless.